Good Wednesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to tonight's top stories, let's take a look outside our very smoky weather window on this Wednesday. In fact, some of the worst air we have seen all year long today right here in the Wenatchee Valley. It was socked in this morning and just did not improve throughout the afternoon. This is a shot from our lower Wenatchee Heights Sky-Fi Tower camera, and you can just barely see the Columbia River and parts of East Wenatchee, but it was a smoky, nasty day out there today. And as our winds switch more to the east and southeast, this smoke is going to spread north tomorrow and on Friday, and that means you folks in the Lake Chelan area and also up in the Methow Valley, you will definitely see some degraded air quality up that way, lowered visibility, a lot like we're seeing here in the Wenatchee Valley. So get ready for some more smoky weather, and it's going to stay warm. We'll have more weather for you coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the news stories we're following for you tonight. A suspect from Federal Way is accused of driving 150 miles to steal a trailer from Wenatchee loaded with valuable goods. The Chelan-Douglas Land Trust is suing the operator of an excavation in No. 1 Canyon outside Wenatchee. And the intersection of 9th Street and Valley Mall Parkway in East Wenatchee will be closed overnight the next 2 nights as work continues on traffic light installment. But first, our top story tonight, U.S. Highway 2 was closed again much of today as crews removed more hazardous trees burned in the Bolt Creek fire. Fire officials are hoping today's closure will minimize or eliminate the need for future closures. The Washington State Department of Transportation closed the highway today from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. The cross-state Stevens Pass route has seen several weeks' worth of closures since the Bolt Creek fire was first reported September 10th, burning near the highway near Skycomish. On Tuesday, the highway was closed through Tumwater Canyon for state maintenance work, though there was a detour in place for non-semi vehicles. A suspect from Federal Way is accused of driving 150 miles to steal a trailer from Wenatchee loaded with valuable goods. 45-year-old Fadir Kavashuk is charged with first-degree theft for allegedly removing a loaded trailer from a Wenatchee Heating and Cooling Company and then driving it back to Federal Way. The Puget Sound Auto Theft Task Force put Kavachuk under surveillance in March, suspecting him of storing vehicles taken in a string of thefts. Police say on May 29th, Kavachuk stole the trailer from a Wenatchee lot while it was loaded with $30,000 worth of equipment and unloaded it back at his own residence on the west side. Chelan County prosecutors charged him by summons, and he appeared in Superior Court yesterday. Kavashuk is allowed to remain free on his own recognizance until his arraignment coming up on October 17th. The Chelan-Douglas Land Trust is suing the operator of an excavation in No. 1 Canyon outside Wenatchee, saying it's intruded on the nonprofit's protected land. The agency's lawsuit targets neighboring landowner Tyler Chambers, saying the grading work on his nearby 66-acre parcel trespassed on the land trust property, damaged natural plant life, and made the land inaccessible by vehicle. Chambers' excavation work came to a halt last spring after Chelan County filed a stop work order. Neither the county's case nor the land trust lawsuit have yet been scheduled for a future court date. Well, a heads up as we go to break that the intersection of 9th Street and Valley Mall Parkway in East Wenatchee will be closed overnight the next 2 nights as work continues on traffic light installment and sidewalk improvement. The city of East Wenatchee said the closures will be from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. tonight and then again on Thursday night. Businesses in the area that operate at those hours will remain open. The four-way stop at the intersection is being replaced with regulated traffic lights. Well, when we come back, dry, warm weather means conditions remain ripe for wildfires, so Douglas County has extended its ban on burning brush and other materials until October 15th. Confluence Health is acknowledging the women physicians and outreach specialists who help bring COVID-19 vaccines to local Latinx populations. Eastmont Schools will have a second school resource officer starting on October 24th. And the Wenatchee School District will try to resolve some of its staffing shortages this year with a hiring event next week where the district expects to do some on-the-spot hiring. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Introducing Alpine Airman. Because every home needs a superhero to eliminate poor indoor air quality, send inefficient operating equipment packing, and cut high energy bills down to size. For heating or cooling and equipment replacement, turn to the experts and the superheroes at Carrier and Alpine Air. We offer the best deals on high-efficiency Carrier products, along with friendly, knowledgeable service and incredible savings to fit your budget.
To understand someone better, walk a mile in their shoes. Or ride along in their patrol car. That's what I do with local police officers here in Washington. To hear their concerns firsthand, then fight for them in Congress. It's why I got police more funding for bulletproof vests and body cameras, and more mental health officers so cops can stay focused on fighting crime. I'm Kim Schreier, and I approve this message because our local police deserve our support.
Welcome back. In other news, dry, warm weather means conditions remain ripe for wildfires, so Douglas County has extended its ban on burning brush and other materials until October 15th. Douglas County commissioners voted this week to extend the restriction at the request of Fire Marshal Kurt Blanchard. Outdoor burning is normally prohibited in Douglas County from June 4th to October 1st, except for certain recreational fires. Chelan County's burn ban was already extended. The restriction in both counties are now set to expire the same day. Confluence Health is acknowledging the women physicians and outreach specialists who help bring COVID-19 vaccines to local Latinx populations. The Madrinas de Salud, or Godmothers of Health, is the unofficial title given to a collective of medical experts and volunteers who in 2020 began reaching out with health advice and infection testing for Spanish-speaking communities that were hard hit by the pandemic. Dr. Mabel Bodell was an early leader in the movement, which grew to involve fellow Dr. Bindu Nayak, the nonprofit group Parkway Padrinos, and many others. Confluence Health says between October 2021 and June 2022, the Madrinas facilitated 3,742 vaccinations against COVID-19. Eastmont Schools will have a second school resource officer starting October 24th with the addition of Officer Isaac Fleshman Cooper. He joins East Wenatchee Police Officer Ivy Jacobson, who's been serving as a resource officer since last school year. The officers will be assigned to all schools in the district with their salaries partially paid by the Eastmont School District. Cooper has been with the East Wenatchee Police Department the past 5 years. Meanwhile, the Wenatchee School District will try to resolve some of its staffing shortages this year with the hiring event next week, where the district expects to do some on-the-spot hiring. The event will be next Wednesday from 4:30 to 7 p.m. at the district's central office on Sunset Avenue. Among the immediate needs are special education paraeducators, custodians, substitute bus drivers, and nutritional services associates. The district is offering child care for parents attending that event. You're watching the NCW Life Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's features story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCW Life Evening News. Please stay with us.
As nature does its magical change from the green of summer to the orange and red of fall, camping in your old tent isn't going to cut it anymore. It's time for you to get a great deal on a motorhome, travel trailer, or fifth wheel from Click It RV during our year-end clearance event. We need to make room for our 2023 models. Get 30% off, 0 down, no payments for 90 days, and receive a lifetime warranty. Come visit us today off I-90 in Moses Lake and see big savings at Click It RV.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
Welcome back to the NCW Life Evening News. Back in July, hospitals across Washington state said they'd lost a combined $929 million in year-over-year profits. Now that figure is up over $1 billion at $1.75 billion in the first 6 months of 2022, to be precise. Cascade Medical Center in Leavenworth was not immune to the loss as the health system struggles to recover from the pandemic and other factors. In tonight's features story, Cascade Chief Executive Officer Diane Blake joined a press conference of the Washington State Hospital Association to explain that crisis.
What we see is that hospitals in Washington State continue to face an unsustainable financial situation. The financial losses our hospitals are experiencing continue to be enormous, and revenues simply are not keeping up with rapidly escalating costs. And our biggest concern here is it's putting patient care at risk in many communities across the state and jeopardizing patients' ability to get the hospital care that they need.
Unusually, rural facilities are faring a little bit better than our urban counterparts. In Leavenworth at Cascade Medical, we have a 1,200 square mile district. It encompasses 2 mountain passes and several different communities, and we have about 10,000 people who live here on a full-time basis. We take care of all the sort of everyday healthcare needs. It's important to have that close to home, and we're here on an emergency basis too when someone has an emergency that needs really time-sensitive care. However, we cannot do everything, and in order to take care of our community, we need the support and strength of our urban and tertiary centers. I worry about how we take care of all the folks in our service area when the large hospitals are hurting so much. I worry as services get reduced, how do our folks who live in the rural areas, how do we ensure that they still get the care they need? I think it's just an example that we all work together, and I'm gravely concerned about the situation, the financial situation hospitals are in. I think while rurals typically fare better, Cascade Medical is not in that arena. We have a negative 7% total loss through August. It's about $1.5 million for us. It's definitely a result of volume staying pretty flat, but our costs rising pretty astronomically, particularly around labor. Labor costs are 66% of our total expenses. So any change there, particularly the rapid rise we've seen, it's a difficult equation when costs are going up much more quickly than payments.
Time now to take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope your Wednesday was a good one despite this very bad and ugly air quality that we had all over North Central Washington today, but especially right here in the Wenatchee Valley. Check this out. At 1 o'clock this afternoon, we were at 345 in the hazardous level. It was bad, and that's as bad as we have seen it this year. In comparison, last night, we were at about 88. That was at 9 p.m. last night, and we've gone all the way to 345 just by 1 o'clock today. But boy, it got warm out there, even with the smoke. 80 degrees unofficially our high today. 13 degrees above where we should be at 67 for this time of year. And guess what? That also ties our record high that was set back in 1993. Precipitation, we're still at 6.5 inches for the year. Sunrise, 7:05, and the sun sets tonight at 6:32. Taking a look at tomorrow's temperatures, this is a persistence forecast. We've talked about it all week. Not much is going to change as we make our way through the week. Temperature-wise, almost mid-80s for Moses Lake and Ephrata tomorrow. 83 in Quincy, 82 for Wenatchee, 80 in Leavenworth, and 82 in Chelan. The best news, I'm very confident that we are going to see better air quality. In fact, much better air quality tomorrow and once again as we get into Friday. Let's take a look at tonight now. Mostly clear skies as this ridge stays over the Pacific Northwest. That's allowing that warm air to move up at us. Mild temperatures tonight with lows in the mid-50s. Getting you into that Thursday forecast. We talked about it, mostly sunny, maybe a little bit of haze in the morning, but I really think that's going to be about it for the day. The reason, and east breeze. It's coming right down from the Spokane area, and that should track that smoke away from the Wenatchee area, and that includes Friday as well. Mostly sunny skies. Should be beautiful on Friday with highs in the low 80s. And then guess what? Our airflow switches back to the west and northwest. Widespread haze then as we kick off our upcoming weekend. It will remain on the mild side though. High temperatures again, just nice in central and eastern Washington, right around 80 degrees. For Sunday, widespread haze once again. It will remain warm with high temperatures around 80 until this monster storm up in the Gulf of Alaska begin making its presence known, and that'll happen on Monday. We are going to see very, very windy conditions on Monday. Big weather changes happening too as this system tracks across southern Canada. High temperatures Monday in the low 20s, maybe even some showers around our area. We're going to keep our eye on that. A better chance for rain showers on Tuesday. We're going to stay a bit breezy as that low pushes all the way over into eastern Montana. Snow in Montana and even some snow in the Cascades Tuesday. Highs by then only in the mid-60s. Let's take a look now at that 7-day forecast. 55 overnight tonight. I am confident the next couple of days will not be as bad as far as air quality goes. We're going to call it mostly sunny and 82. And then the haze returns on Saturday and Sunday. We will see maybe some mostly sunny skies by afternoon and low 80s. And then those big weather changes happen on Monday. Very windy conditions Monday, maybe a stray shower and cooler. 74 degrees. The big change is coming on Tuesday. Breezy conditions, cloudy skies, a 30% chance of rain with high temperatures only around 67. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Chelan County is a great place to live. Let's keep it that way. Sean Smith here, and as a business owner, father of 4, and lifetime resident, I'm truly concerned about the changes I see coming in our county. As your next county commissioner, I will work diligently with every agency, our state legislators, and law enforcement teams to make sure we don't lose the quality of life we have come to appreciate. There's a lot more than simply planning and community development to be concerned about, and I am ready, willing, and capable of doing it all for you. I ask for your vote.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCWLIFE channel.
The NCWLIFE channel offers marketing packages that help you build your brand and sell your products and services. From traditional TV ads to targeted digital campaigns, let us help you build your customer base. Call NCWLIFE channel today.
Hi folks, welcome to Save Mart. How can we help you today?
We're looking for a recliner.
Okay, right this way. Go ahead and move this chair on the other side. We can just
Great, I want that one. I like that one.
That's a great choice.
And I want this one as well.
Okay.
And I definitely want this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Wednesday to you. Tuesday was a historic day in baseball. Luis Torrens became the first position player in Mariner history to earn a win as a pitcher, and some guy hit his 62nd home run. We'll get more on that in a moment. First of all, Seattle swept a doubleheader from Detroit yesterday at T-Mobile Park, but needed extra innings in Game 1.
And hard, Gino let it get through, and they know Badu's got that weak arm. They're bringing Gino around. Here's the throw. It is cut off. Tie ball game. 3-hit day for Carlos Santana. Tie ball game at 6-6 here in the bottom of the 10th. Payoff pitch. That'll do it. Riley Green under it. Here's Santana. He's going to score. Win the ball game. 7-6 on the sac fly by Abraham Toro, making a winner of Luis Torrens, a position player. First time that's happened in Mariners franchise history. Nicely done. Win number 88.
So Toro had just been called back up from Tacoma to fill in for Sam Haggerty, who was put on the 10-day injured list yesterday. With the pitching staff limited because of the doubleheader, Torrens pitched the top of the 10th inning, allowing a run on a hit for the victory, the first position player in franchise history to do so. Seattle took Game 2 9-6 thanks to a couple of long balls from Abraham Toro and Cal Raleigh.
He drives this one deep to right. He's got a home run. Abraham Toro with his 10th home run, 9th from the left-hand hitter's batter's box. No doubt about it. And he needed that in a big way. He has been scuffling, and that had a great sound, and the result was outstanding. Good for Abraham Toro with the home run. Well, he got all of that. High drive right field. Cal's done it again, everybody. Bye-bye. Second deck tie ball game at 5-5. Home run number 27 for the big man. What a year for him. Cal Raleigh, a force to be reckoned with offensively.
Well, it took him a few ABs, but he finally gets to this high fastball. And it's a towering fly ball deep into the seats.
1-0 pitch. Ground ball, it should do it right here. Here's Frazier. In time, Mariners take the doubleheader. Final score at 9-6. Good day, long day, and take it to the regular season finale before we go to Toronto and a wild card playoff on Friday.
Yeah, it was a good day yesterday. Manager Scott Service says the doubleheader sweep is emblematic of what kind of team this year's Mariners club has been.
Started the day looking for 54 outs. We actually needed 57 because we took a little longer in the first game. But before I go into the details of this game or the games today, I can't say enough about our team. I often say our guys like to compete. They know how to compete. They're grinders. They're gamers. Today is the epitome of that. You know, you're right at the end of the season. You know, we know we're going into the playoffs, but our guys don't quit. They want to win. They want to win every game. They want to win every at-bat, every pitch when they're out there, and that's a credit to them. And really enjoy being around them. They just don't back off. You know, guys are getting hit by pitches. They're fouling balls off their feet. They're getting hit by, I mean, it's crazy how banged up we are, and we continue to find a way. So, again, great day. Anytime you sweep a doubleheader, it's not easy. I don't care who you're up against or what the situation is. You have to grind through it. And obviously, a lot of offense in the second game. Another homer by Big Dumper. Great at-bat there. Toro smokes a ball. Gino out there all day. Frage grinding through it. A lot of positive things. We needed to score, certainly. And, you know, Chef hung in there. Thought he was going to have a really good outing, and he got away from there a little bit in the fifth when he gave up the grand slam. But he gave us a chance. We needed to get 5 innings out of him to kind of work through our bullpen, and we were on our last guy, literally in the last game, is just like we were in the first game, and got a little help from LT. So proud of our guys. I love this team. I've said it all year long. Everybody laughs at me and all this other stuff, but today's really the epitome of that. So.
Seattle and Detroit wrapped up the regular season earlier today. We'll have the highlights from Root Sports Northwest coming up tomorrow on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Well, you heard both the skipper and Dave Sims mention Seattle going to Toronto. That was confirmed with Seattle's first win and Tampa Bay falling to Boston in a rain-shortened game 5-0. So Seattle gets the second wildcard spot and will play the best-of-3 series starting in Toronto on Friday. Major League Baseball released the playoff schedule just before Seattle's day game with Detroit. They'll play Toronto Friday and Saturday at 1:07 in the afternoon. Those will be broadcast on ESPN. If necessary, Sunday's Game 3 would be at 11:07 in the morning on ABC. Well, the Rays will start their best-of-3 playoff series in Cleveland on Friday. Toronto and Baltimore were rained out yesterday. They'll try to make it up today as part of a doubleheader. Well, history made yesterday on another front in the start of the second game of a twin bill in Texas.
High fly ball, deep left. There it goes, soaring into history. He's done it. He has done it. 62. Aaron Judge is the American League single-season home run leader. The AL King. Case closed.
It's a big relief. I think everybody can finally sit down in their seats and watch the ball game. It's been a fun ride so far. Getting a chance to do this, with the team we got, the guys surrounding me, the constant support, from my family who's been with me there, through this whole thing it's been a great honor, and also, Roger Maris Jr., him and his family, supporting and being along for the ride too, to meet their family. They're wonderful people, and getting a chance to have my name next to someone as great as Roger Maris, Babe Ruth, those guys is incredible. I just try to take it one day at a time and say a prayer, go out there and just try to play my game, and never tried to focus on the number, never tried to focus on going out there and doing it. Just go out there and play my game, and if I'm good enough and God willing, it'll happen.
Even though he's a Yankee, he's a good guy. Aaron Judge, the American League single-season home run king with 62. Much more sports on the website. Go there for that. Back to you, Grant.
Thank you very much, Eric. And now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. On tomorrow's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, the interim broadcasting voice of the Wenatchee Wild, Sean Ziers, will join me. Wild hockey, they're playing hockey again. They're not going to be back in Wenatchee until mid-October, but they're back. Sean, what are we talking about on tomorrow's show?
We're going to talk about the start that the team had, and of course, our good friend Arch, who's no longer here. We're going to remember him as well.
Sean Ziers, the interim broadcasting voice of the Wenatchee Wild, talking wild hockey. It's that time of the year again. It'll be on tomorrow's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, guys. And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for being with us and have a great night.
Watch Vibrant Living, brought to you by the Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center. Find out about programs and activities for ages 50 and over, and meet amazing seniors who contribute to our community. New episodes Sundays at 1:30 p.m., replayed throughout the week on the NCWLIFE channel.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellington here from Live It Up. Join us every week as we answer your questions on health, wealth, and relationships.
We're all about you creating a life that you love, so tune in to Live It Up.